Inside a laboratory in California, there's a chip the size of a postage stamp, kept colder than the space between galaxies. It costs hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's doing something that, according to the rules of the everyday world, should be impossible. But here's the part that keeps physicists awake at night. This machine isn't just fast. The way it calculates seems to suggest something terrifying about reality itself, something that changes what you think you know about the universe. And tonight, we're going to follow that thread all the way down. First, let's be clear about what we're dealing with. Most people think a quantum computer is just a very, very fast calculator. Bigger, stranger, more expensive. A machine that will one day crack every password on Earth. That picture isn't wrong. But it misses the part that actually unsettles physicists. A normal computer works with bits, tiny switches that are either on or off, 1 or 0. A quantum computer uses something called a qubit, and a qubit can be both 1 and 0 at the same time. It's not that it's undecided. It's that it genuinely holds both states simultaneously until you measure it. Physicists call this superposition. And here's where reality starts to wobble. Because in our everyday world, nothing works like that. A coin lands heads or tails. A switch is on or off. The quantum world doesn't play by those rules, and it forces us to ask why not. Here's the part nobody wants to sit with. When a quantum computer runs a calculation, the math doesn't just happen in one place. The qubits are also entangled, linked across the chip so that changing one instantly affects the other, even if they're not touching. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He refused to believe it. And for decades, even physicists who accepted the math had to wonder, what is actually going on? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. If you take the mathematics seriously, a quantum computer isn't just crunching numbers. It's exploring many different realities at once, computing the answer in parallel versions of itself, and then collapsing all of them. That idea has a name. It's called the many worlds interpretation. And if it's true, it means the universe you're experiencing isn't the only one. Before we go deeper, if you're finding this as unsettling as it should be, make sure you're subscribed. We're about to go somewhere stranger and you won't want to miss it. So let me follow the logic to its end. If a quantum computer can hold multiple realities simultaneously, what does that say about your reality? Some of the most serious people in physics have started taking a deeply uncomfortable possibility seriously, that the universe might run like a computer program. That space, time, matter, everything might be information being processed. It's called the simulation theory, and it's no longer just a movie plot. So what does this mean for you right now, sitting wherever you are? If reality is built on quantum rules, then the world isn't solid. Your choices, your observations, they might not just record what happens. The act of looking could be part of how reality gets made. That's not mysticism. It's the logical endpoint of a theory that has survived every test we've thrown at it for a century. Quantum mechanics is the most successful theory in history, and it describes a world that shouldn't exist. And that's the terrifying part. Not that we have the answer. It's that we have a theory that works perfectly, and we have no idea why it works. The physicist Richard Feynman once said, "I think I can safely say that nobody understands quantum mechanics. The people building these machines, the people writing the equations, none of them can tell you, honestly, what the math is really describing." So the quantum computer sits there, colder than deep space, calculating in a state that shouldn't exist. And it works. Every single time. That's the true mystery. Not that the machine is fast, but that a reality like this could even be real. So what's the honest answer to all this? We don't know. Not yet. But we do know the question is real. If you want to keep following the strangest corners of the universe with me, subscribe and hit the bell. And tell me in the comments, if the many worlds interpretation is true, what do you think another version of you is doing right now?